Hello, everyone. It's Michael Jaco with Unleashing Intuition Secrets. So President Trump is trolling the deep state with coming arrest. So we'll look at that. We also have Britain and Iran, probably France and Germany, and who knows what other country is moving towards revolution. And we're also going to see a last, I believe, major spike in stocks, crypto, gold and silver before we see a pullback. I think we'll see a significant pullback, probably over 80%, kind of like what we saw with back in the 1929, 2000, when we saw the brand new NASDAQ market that had only been up for a couple of years, but went to incredible heights, pulled back for 80+%. And then it didn't recover for nearly a decade, or maybe even more for some stocks. All right. And some of them just completely went away. .com bust, just a lot of stocks, 80% of the .com stocks basically completely disappeared. A lot of that will happen with crypto. A lot of that will happen with a lot of the stocks that are out there right now. All right. So you'll have to, be very selective in what you put your money in. But there will be obviously opportunities moving forward. That I definitely, have, promoted silver. But even with stock market pullback, you'll see gold and silver pullback to a certain extent before they go to all-time highs. That will stagger everybody, right? So, absolutely. Laura, you're doing a juice cleanse while you're listening. Good job. All right. Keep it up. All right. Juicing. Good for you. All right. So we'll look at the market cycle towards the end. But first of all, let's look at some of the things that are out there as far as like Mamdani. So he's going to be the next mayor of New York. I predicted that. It looks like it's moving that direction pretty significantly. He is the guy. All right. So New Yorkers will probably flee. They've been fleeing, but that will really get them fleeing. Right. And we're talking about the people in the city. Right. But don't worry, Trump will send in the military, right, and clean it up and probably get, I don't know, maybe get him deported or something. Who knows? So it'll be very interesting going forward. We'll continue to see that. Now, there was a very strange anomaly that was seen in the clouds of Washington, D.C. And here it is. It's D.C. weather forecast today, cloudy with a chance of a raid. Right. So President Trump is even in the skies. All right. He's watching everywhere. All right. So we'll also see, I believe, a chance of, cloudy with a chance of raid coming for Baltimore, which he just mentioned, that he was thinking about sending troops into Baltimore. It's a cesspool, right? Got a lot of, unfortunately, I think Baltimore, thanks to Nancy Pelosi's dad, is the heroin capital of America, has been for many years. So you got a lot of zombies, unfortunately, that are walking the streets there, drug addicted, homeless zombies walking the streets of Baltimore on a massive scale. You also have that in another place called Philly, which I think will probably see troops as well. He's already mentioned Chicago. We already have troops in DC. We already have troops in LA. So it's starting to move in that direction, guys. Right? We predicted it long ago, and now it's starting to happen. Right? We said a lot of people said military was the only way. I was like, yes, but I can't tell you how exactly that's going to look. But now we're seeing how that looks. President Trump, started with LA, and he's just going to spread it to all the big cities. Now, at some point, Boston, Massachusetts, probably Boston too. Detroit, Detroit's already gone, so it's already lost. But who knows? Maybe. Can it come back? Possibly. I think so. At one time, it was, I think, one of the most prosperous cities in America. Now it's completely collapsed. They didn't have a Republican there in office for over 50 years. So we see, what happens when the Democrats take over and control, right? So they want to take over and control our country. They almost got away with it. We have to make sure that never happens again. Democrat Party goes away. Now, all parties, in my opinion, are going away. So don't say, oh, Mike, you're a Republican. Republicans are bad too. No. There's lots of people that are bad, right? I just picked the what I think, and sometimes I've been lied about or lied to or misled. George Bush, I voted for him, didn't vote for him the second time. Barack Obama, voted for him the first time. So you can't say that I'm just a Republican, right? I was lied to, misled that Obama was a change. There was all these spiritual people that are out there. They were misled as well. They said he's going to be the savior for America. And he was just another deep stater that helped destroy America on a very, very fast pace. Of course, his sidekick, Biden, came in, puppeted by the deep state, or at least somebody looking like him, that really hammered the U.S. down at a level and a pace that's never been seen before. So President Trump brought it back and raised it, even though they were constantly attacking him, trying to impeach him. All the people that he was bringing into, like Bill Barr and all the people that he was bringing in that he thought were good, turned out to be extremely bad and evil, right? So that's kind of where we're at, seeing a lot of this stuff collapse. Trump has done, I think, a magnificent job of exposing a lot of this. Now, the left, you can always see the left. They have this high opinion of themselves. I saw this as a military guy overseas. The left to me are like the terrorists that I used to fight overseas, guys. Their sense of reality is completely skewed, right? They're once they're faced with the stark reality of someone like me, right? Someone like Trump, it collapses their reality, and we're seeing that now. So let's look at Mamdani. He's basically trying to bench press. This is very sad for a man not to have any kind of muscle at all. He overestimated. Mamdani's hilarious effort to bench press at Men's Day event leads to mockery. So he gets on the bench press. He's got this pretty buff guy that's helping him. It looks like it's less than 100 pounds. He's got a 25 on each side. That's 50. Looks like, I don't know, it could be a 45-pound belt. It could be a 25-pound bar. So it's under 100 pounds. So I don't know how much the guy weighs. You should be able to bench, a man should be able to bench press his own weight at least, right? But this isn't happening. This isn't happening at all with the deep state guys. So let's look at this clown.
You move up in the pole. Yeah. This is how you move up in the polls. Yeah.
So somebody's yelling, this is how you move up in the polls. All right. So by not being able to bench press, is that how he moves up in the polls? Because basically this guy takes all the weight. So. I mean, he can't even lift the bar off. He has to have help lifting the bar off. All right, this guy's basically bench pressing for him. One. He's barely getting that. All right. They want to get three. They wanted him to get three, but he can't even get one. All right. So yeah, go ahead and clap and love that guy. You guys are going to find out. You're going to fuck around and find out hard, you people of New York. Your sense of reality is way lost, right? So we talk about this. We've talked about this for a long time. All right, Ma'am Donnie's arms will snap if he took that full load. I agree, Mercury rockets. Yeah, they would. So they knew that. And it's all a facade. All of these deep staters is just facade after facade, lie after lie. There's no truth in anything they do. They con the people constantly, and the people just want more of it. Con me some more. Con, I love that con. That was a great con you just did there. What else you got? Con me some more. Yeah, good God, what a loser. Yes, I agree with you, Belinda. So you do get shamed when a woman comes out and says you're a loser, right? Good job. Right? So, oh my God, it's very sad. All right, very, very sad. All right. Now let's look at a little bit more. Now President Trump is trolling, or at least Dan Scavino, who's oh, did I just get knocked out? Yeah. Oh well. So I mean, who runs the all of the internet stuff? It's leftists, right? It used to be the leftists were like hippies. They wanted no war, and then it gets smart, I guess, and they're like, no one listens to us, Democrats. So we're gonna like get all the money. So they became greedy. They're all in the internet, and now they control the internet. Remember how they used to control YouTube? Here I'm on YouTube sometimes. I guess they take me off and kick me out occasionally. But it's over the target, obviously. So I don't like that. 10 seconds black screen. That was that long. Yeah. It's frustrating. It's frustrating for me, frustrating for you, because we want to keep it going. So I don't have to break the flow of things. It's nice to be in the flow, right? Not so much when you're working with a deep state. All right. So deep state owns all the money now. Google, Facebook, of course, Google and Facebook were CIA run businesses eventually. So both of them, they funded Google, and then of course Google bought YouTube, and so all this stuff is controlled. Fortunately, we had a pushback. We had X was bought out, or Twitter was bought out by Elon. Turned that around. Then now it's slowly, as we're seeing, because I'm back on YouTube, slowly but surely we're getting back, and we're getting this. But still, they interrupt us and they do all kind of crazy stuff. So that's kind of the way it is, guys. We just adjust, go with the flow, and keep it going, right? So let's look at President Trump basically trolling these people. And I think he does a really good job of that. So get your popcorn ready. All right, now look behind him. See that sheriff badge? Remember that mugshot when he got arrested in Georgia, and they had that sheriff's badge in the background? So here he is eating popcorn. He's basically telling us, get ready. The arrests are coming. Get ready. So look at Fox News, who's reporting that the FBI is charging John Bolton with using his private server to email highly classified material. Uh-oh. So is he going to be the rest? I think he's going to be one of them, but he will be small fry compared to what's coming. All right. Small fry compared to what's coming. Now, other things that are happening, we know that ICE is out there. And that's why we have the military coming in to protect ICE as they take down the foreigners that are here. Here's another foreign trucker kills 2 on I-95 in Nevada, just where I am. So this trucker is basically trying to turn around. If you saw the one that happened with the other trucker, the guy from India, he was basically trying to avoid going through a truck stop. So he turned his truck around illegally, and a car went under his truck and 3 people were killed. So here's another one. So now we need to put ICE at way stations and truck stops along with the military, right? Because people are going to protest ICE, and you have to have the military to protect ICE, and then you have to have that's the National Guard, and then you have to have Marines protect the National Guard, like we had in LA. Where they're going to go next? Where are they going to go next? Now, another thing we're having. This is now. Check out these 2 girls. They're being harassed. They're being harassed by illegal aliens. And watch what this girl does.
Fucking kid bastards!
Show the knife. Show the knife. Show the knife.
Get away from her!
Show the knife. Show the knife.
Don't touch her!
That's it. That's it. Show the knife. Show the knife. That's it.
Don't fucking touch my little sister! She is fucking 12! When's the last fucking touching me? She is fucking 12 and you just battered me, mate! When's the last fucking touching me?
Yeah. Show the knife. Marat.
Yeah, I don't know what he's saying, but he's taunting her or something, it sounds like. So my comment on this was, where's the British men who once ruled the world where the sun never set on the British Empire, replaced with savages? And these young girls have to protect themselves because the British Empire is no longer, all right? And it's collapsed. It's collapsed. So how do you get your country back? Well, you're going to have to go out and protest, right? That's the way these things happen, unfortunately. So we've seen this. I've talked about it for a little bit. I said there's probably going to be. I think that Iran is going to fall, and the people are rising up. There's like attacks that are happening in Iran. That's happening. We're going to see more of this. We're going to see probably this happen across Europe. That's my best guess. Now, and the only way, and that's got to happen because these people aren't going to back down. So let's look at England. So the people are starting to protest there. Now, you see the police, they're lined up here, and they're pushing back communists, all right, leftists. They hate their own government. They want to overthrow their government, just like the leftists here in America. We've seen that over and over again, just like we saw during the Antifa riots that happened in America. George Floyd, no, he did not die from being strangled. So I don't think he died at all. I think he's like Jeffrey Epstein. They basically staged all that stuff. So we're seeing basically the people are coming out and protesting. And what's interesting is the police are going against the leftists. So it looks to me as if this government, Starmer's government, is very close to collapsing. Because the people and the police are not supporting the government. They're supporting the people who are pushing back on the leftist, the illegal immigrants, and so forth.
They are protesting against their own country. It's weird. The left. Look at that guy.
All right, right here. So this is, I think they call it get out the flag, something like that. So right here, as you guys can see, deport illegals now, stop the boats. So of course, England is an island, so they're coming over on boats, and it's going to continue. I think these protests are getting bigger and bigger. Now this is Tosi TV. Love this guy. Guys does a really good job of exposing a lot of this stuff. Let's go back a little bit. So here's another one.
Of course, make sure to follow his account on X. The police are now charged towards Antifa and the stand up to racism, and of course they got the SWP flags as well, as you can see on the left, the red, yellow one. That's the Socialist Workers' Party.
So as you guys can see, the Socialist Workers' Party, same thing in the United States. Keep kicking me out. Yep. So Socialist Workers' Party basically keeps doing that, right? Kicking me out. That's the Socialist Workers' Party of the United States. So it's frustrating, yes, but we can overcome this. And I keep getting knocked out, so I'm gonna try and speed up this presentation and see if we can at least get some information out there. So this is pretty much what's coming for America. I think, like I said, I've been saying this for a little bit. I think we're going to get a spike in the stock market. Now, this guy right here, I think, does one of the best jobs of presenting this information. So if you look at this, if you go back in time, you see all the different spots. Of course, the dot-com bust, 1999. He goes back all the way to 1929 and even further back. Every time the stock market has crashed, it's mapped out. So this guy he's got this crazy pattern that keeps repeating itself. So we saw 2016 was the top, and then we had a crash. 2023, 2022, remember when it went down, and then it hammered up again. So he's saying that 2026 will be the top. It could happen a little bit before then. It could happen a little bit after that. It could be in 2026, but it will crash. And he says, like I've been saying for years now, we're going to have a stock market crash of 80 to 90%, maybe even more. So looks like 2030 is so about 4 years crashing, and then it pops up. Now, will it take 4 years to crash? No, I think it crashes within a year. And that's what happened with 29. That's what happened with 2008, 2009 timeframe. And then, of course, the dot-com bust. All these different crashes happen very rapidly. So you'll see a pullback like I've talked about, in a little bit of pullback in gold and silver. But within a few months, it basically takes off and it goes to all-time highs. Now, I'm going to show you how these guys basically say that it's going to go to incredible heights. So it could be you just want to hold it. It goes down, you buy more, and it goes up. You could, do 25 to as much as 50% on the stock market. I don't recommend it, but you can. If you're still in stocks, you should be dollar cost averaging into silver, regardless of whether you have an IRA or whatever. So this guy talks about all of the stuff that's coming.
Goes along with your expectation too. A top in 2026 or maybe the end of 2026 to then last all the way, as we can see there, the bottom is the 2032, early 2030s. Do you have any thoughts on this?
A lot of people are predicting S&P 6,000, which it may happen. And
Yes.
I said, we're predicting Dow 6,000. Okay, so
Yeah.
yes, we're really, really bearish. So I think this being the biggest one of all.
So he's saying this is going to be the biggest one of all. So their computing process is phenomenal. Are you guys hearing this? Sometimes I have to share it through StreamYard, but sometimes I don't. So if I don't have to share it through StreamYard, I won't. It's a lot easier for me. So when I'm using my laptop like I am right now, usually it's a lot easier. So if you guys are hearing that presentation, let me know. Big Daddy said military is rolling out med beds now. So yep, cool. All clear. 5x5. Good, Lenny. Thank you. All right. So yeah, this is phenomenal. Great information. So as you guys can see, he's got 1837, crazy, right? Down to 1842. and then it like went up even during the Civil War. So then in 1929 it went down. 32 is where it hit its bottom, and then went back up, went back down. As you guys can see, it took a long time before it reached that high again. Then it popped, and of course 25, 26. So he's showing that once we reach 35, 40 time frame is when it's going to start to go up, probably a super bubble again. All right. I don't know. Maybe this time it's different as far as like these super bubbles. Maybe we'll do it right. I hope that there's like a complete, sweep of the old financial system and we rebuild it right. I think that's what's coming. But anyway, regardless, the old patterns are about ready to collapse again. So as you guys can see, 25, 26, and then they move into another pattern, which is down.
Downdraft could be stunningly swift, like a year or two. I think they're right. I've been
okay.
I've been too bearish, no question about it.
All right, so that's pretty fun. So a lot of these people have been coming in. They've been talking. They're way ahead, kind of like me. I've been saying we're coming into the crash. I think it's basically like this is so-called movie. We'll go on into 2026. So because I've been calling it, and a lot of other people have been calling it, and it hasn't happened. Everything that has happened in the past, as far as like you look at housing prices are on the collapse in a lot of places. That's going to pick up speed. Maybe it needs to pick up more speed before it really hammers the stock market. I don't know. That's what happened 2008, 2009. But if we go back in time, right now we have one of the worst buying of housing that we've seen in the last 30 years. So, credit card delinquency rate, all-time high, repossessions of cars at all-time high. All of these things in economy are, just complete toast shit, but the stock market, as has happened throughout time, is the last to collapse, right? So it gets its last major spike and then it collapses. It's where, goes. And one of the reasons why it's spiking as much as it is this time is because of all the liquidity that came into the market during the 2000 pandemic. All right. So a lot of liquidity came into the market and they gave a lot of people cash to spend. That spending's not done yet, I don't think. And it's going to perhaps push this market all the way through the end. Now, silver and gold will also go up. So that's great. It's going to double from where it's at. Probably go to 75 or so before it pulls back a little bit. And then goes to like ridiculous highs. Everybody's saying it's going to go like hundreds of dollars, silver. And of course, I think maybe the gold will go to 4,000 before the end of the year or just before this collapse happens, right? So this collapse, I think, happens. We get a pullback in everything collapses, all right? Not completely, silver and gold, but it'll pull back. You can just hold it. I mean, a lot of you guys hold crypto for like forever. It's like, make your money and get it out, put it in something that's going to go up again, right? So that's kind of the way I am. For me, I'm pretty much positioning myself to benefit from the next run of this bull market, and then use the money from that to basically short and put option the heck out of this market as it collapses. So, that's kind of the way I'm going now, moving in that direction, making a little money along the way. I got a lot of money ready to put to work. And I want this thing to, reach its final peak, but it looks like it's going to take a little bit more time, right? So let's look at this other chart series. It's quite good. So this guy. He has made the best calls of anyone that I have ever seen on the stock market. So his name is David Hunter. He's on Capital Cosm. he's on a lot of shows. I've been following him for a while. He's got a X account and so forth, but there's no one that is called more perfectly than this guy, David Hunter, right? So we're going to look at a little bit of his work now. And like I said, he's been crushing it. No one has called it more accurately than David Hunter. So let's listen in.
That's a worst case for me. NASDAQ 10%, S&P 8%, and it's probably going to be.
So right now he's talking about a little bit of a pullback that we did not see, right? And it pulled back a little bit, and now it's going back up because the Fed, which I predicted, would come out and tell the market what I wanted to hear, that it's ready to cut rates. Now, September, I believe, will be a rate cut. We'll probably see the stock market go up all the way into that, and then maybe pull back, sell the news type thing for a little bit, go sideways maybe, or who knows, maybe even just ramp up, keep ramping up all the way until it's done, right? So who knows? It's got to pull back sometimes, but I would say unless we see some major event happen, like some catastrophic earth change event, or maybe some country collapses or something along those lines, and then the rest start to come or whatever, it may jiggle the markets a little bit. But I think for the most part, it's going to be a buying opportunity. Crypto is going to go crazy. I predicted there would be 125 to 150,000 on Bitcoin this time. It hasn't gotten into that range yet, so who knows? Maybe it'll go even higher. But at this point, all you're going to see, I believe, at the most, is 25 to 50% on your investments, unless you get something that's really good. Now, XRP has a very good chance of like doubling from where it's at right now. Yes, I took advantage of it and quadrupled. Right? I like multiple doubling. Right? So I don't like just one. So now you're like, well, you're in silver. Yes, silver has already doubled for me, and it's about to double again. All right. So multiple, 2x, 3x, 4x, that's what I want. Now, I believe that it's probably going to pull back, like I said, because it has in every other crash. Everybody gets spooked. They sell everything. And then it's going to take off like it's never taken off before. It's going to be like I told you guys, like you like 2, 3, 4, 5x, on your crypto. Silver and gold will make that like child's play in the next round. In the second round. So we'll say the first round will be taken off into probably the end of the year, into the new year, doubling from where it's at, maybe even more. And then from that point, when the stock market crashes, whenever it does, it will pull back. Like I said, it'll be another buying opportunity. Will you sell your silver at the right time? It's dicey. It's dicey, and you might sell it, and then it doesn't pull back. I don't know, but I'm kind of looking at selling a little bit and putting that back to work. So that's my plan. That could change. Don't go by what I say. All right, never go by what I say. Trust your own intuition. Do your own research. I'm not an investment professional advisor, although I do well. I do extremely well because I've learned. I'm a great observer. I got some intuition going on in this, but if you get too wrapped up into the technicals of this, you can get burned. And I've been burned a few times in the stock market over the last couple of years, but I still have a lot that I've got to play with. So stay active as much as you. So a lot of you maybe don't have anything left. Right? I understand that. I've been there. All right, but if you can buy a little silver here and there whenever you get a little money, it can hold it long term. You don't need to sell it and buy it, sell it and buy it, sell it and buy it. Just buy it. Just keep adding to it. So it's gonna long term, probably year or two out from now, it will benefit you tremendously if you're able to continue to hold it. Right. So imagine what $200, $300, $400, $500 silver would look like for you. If you have like 1 or 2 coins, maybe that means a lot to you. I don't know. There were times when that would have been a lot for me, right? But now I have a nice holding of silver and gold and platinum. So at some point it will go up. Now here's a little bit more. This is David talking about his targets. His targets are pretty substantial in the stock market. And like I said, he has been accurate consistently. I follow a lot of people, and some people that I follow got me in a lot of trouble, but I've never been in trouble with David. He's done a really good job.
Very well be less than that, could be half that. So you just have to kind of let this little sell-off, this little correction play out. And then I think after that, we could see the parabolic where it goes almost vertical and covers an awful lot of ground in a hurry. My targets, and I raised them in my most recent letter. So my targets are S&P.
So he's raised his targets. I've been watching him. I'm like, there's no way it's going to go to that. It's already hit some of those points. Now he's raised his targets because a lot of people thought that the tariffs were going to be like catastrophic for the market. Remember, the market, just collapsed in April, and then they just went back up, and it's been kind of parabolic since. It's going to continue to be parabolic because he talks about how the tariffs were like, they're good for the market. All right. So he's actually added, and will Trump be able to do more to keep goosing the market? I don't know. Maybe he's going to keep this going. So we have to be very flexible. Don't get stuck on any numbers. Right. It could be, I don't know, maybe something catastrophic happens tomorrow and everything collapses. So you got to be, that's why I say be in silver. Because even if silver sells off, it's going to go back up to an incredible height at some point, and in the short run. So I've been in and holding silver over the last several years. Like I said, it's doubled for me, and then some in some cases, but it's going to double again. So that means I'm like 2-3x on a lot of my silver. It'll be the same for some of you. Even if you get in now, you're probably going to double your silver sometime towards the end of the year or beginning next year.
8,700, NASDAQ 30,000.
NASDAQ 30,000. So NASDAQ right now, I think is like 22. I don't know which NASDAQ he's talking about, the 500 or 100, but it is going. That's substantial. That's 20-30% move. He's talking about he talks about the S&P, the Dow going up to significant levels.
The Dow 60,000 and the Russell 2000 I have raised up from 3,300 3,400. If you do the calculus on those, I'm talking 35 to better than 50% from here in the markets.
Okay, so there you go, 35 to 50% from here. Now crypto could be the same. Some crypto will be more. Like I said, XRP will probably be 100%, maybe more. I don't know. Is it worth getting in? Maybe you just take the profits from some of these cryptos that are going to rocket, and you move it over for the great fall, right? So if you know how to play options, put options, if you know how to short the market, it could be good. Now, puts and shorts have not done so good since April, right? So a lot of people have said the market's going to collapse. David Hunter has said, no, the market's going to go up. He has been right. And he's saying the market's going to go higher. So I don't know where your investment ideas are. Just let this be something that helps you. There's a lot of people that are out or have sold, Berkshire Hathaway, Warren Buffett has been out, pretty much been selling everything. He's been going to cash, and that's usually the way the big dogs do it. Us retail, small time investors, we keep, hammering away at it a little bit longer. But if we're savvy, you're not going to like wait until it goes up 35, 50% and say, damn it, I missed it. I'm going to get in. And then you lose all of it. All right. So just be careful out there. I've talked about, how I'm not really in the market like I was before. I'm going to play a little bit probably over the next, seeing what David has been saying has been accurate. But I'm not going to put a lot of capital to work because, like I said, we're in very unknown territory. We don't know exactly what's going to happen going forward. All right. So he goes on to talk about how, like I just was talking about, a little bit of a pullback. And then it goes higher, maybe even more pullbacks, sideways, and then higher. So a lot of you guys are thinking, all right, I'm gonna put my money in there and I'm gonna be rich tomorrow. No. You have to be very patient on some of this stuff, but you have to be very nimble. Some of you are like going to put money in, all your money. You're going to bet on red, and red's going to go down, and you're going to like just sell it, and then red's going to go up, and you're like, oh damn it, I missed it, and you put it in a red, and then red's going to go back down again. So that's a way, unfortunately, most investors are. 90% of investors are like that, and then you have another 9% that make a money occasionally. Right? That's the way most of my investing career has been. But now with the intuition and so forth, it's been better, right? Much better. I'm not tapped into this manipulation that goes on. The only way you can overcome that manipulation is use intuition, right? And intuition even doesn't work all the time because they know that there's intuitive guys like me that are out there and they're like, they send out the signal, the intuitive signal that I'm tapped into, and then they change it, right? I've seen a lot of that. You see the weather behind me. This is a great example. I talked about this on my my show with Sherry Divban, where we talked about a lot of these energies and so forth, consciousness and stuff that's going on. We always go deep. We've been doing this for years. We're tapped in. She's incredibly tapped in. Now, I talked about how for several weeks. Now I did get a little bit of rain about a couple of weeks ago because you guys know that I'm the weatherman, right? So I can move weather around. I can do a lot of things. I can send love to people that need to go bye-bye and they go bye-bye. So that's the unleashing intuition, remote influencing that I teach. So anyone can do this. It's pretty much just prayer. But you have to be flexible in this because if you're doing the same thing, we talked about this, if you're doing the same thing constantly, AI and, all these things that are out there right now to, overcome our consciousness and keep us locked into slavery, they tap it, they watch us, and then they learn what we're doing and they shift, right? But they can only shift a little bit. Now we can shift on a dime. I can shift on an atom. That's how fast I shift. All right. I'll shift on an atom. I don't need a dime. I shift so quick and so fast. But I have to see what's going on. So with the weather, it's about to rain here, and I think it looks like it's raining in the distance. They were, harping the clouds that I was bringing in for rain. They were chemtrailing it. And then I was like, I see that because that's what you did when I was pushing all those hurricanes and you did Hurricane Helene. You jinxed me. You overcame me. You watched my pattern and you overcame my pattern. So they know they're watching our patterns, guys. And you have to learn to be very flexible, very nimble, very quick. Jack, be nimble. Jack, be quick. Jack jumped over the candlestick. So that's Jaco. So they used to call me Jake the snake. And so I'm very quick. I'm very nimble. And I can jump very fast into something else. So that's what brought the weather. We had really good rain yesterday because I saw where they're using their AI control system. And I was like, I'm going higher. So kind of like, the Obamas where they said, they go high, we go low. You have to be nimble. You have to be quick. Right. So whatever those clowns do, we can beat them. And our consciousness a lot faster. We're connected to God consciousness. They're connected to Luciferian consciousness, which Lucifer, kind of like, Lucifer reminds me of the leftist, like Mamdani, who thinks he can bench press, but he can't. So he just jumps on there and I can do this, and he can't. If he didn't have that guy helping him, he would have looked like a more of a fool than he was. So that's normally the way that is. So we can work around that, and it's really starting to get windy here. So you guys might see the rain before I'm ending. So it is something that our consciousness can do, something our consciousness can bridge their control systems, overcome their control systems. So always watch, be observant. Don't get locked into anything. Most people do. They want to know that one thing. You said there was going to be arrest, and then people have been saying it for 5 years, right? You're going to find out. There's been arrest for a long time, right? But soon they're going to start to be very visible, right? And we've talked about that. At some point, the arrest will be visible, right? So we've reached that point. We've reached that point. Now, I was very skeptical when Trump came in and said it's a good time to invest in the stock market. I was like, I don't know, but he was right? So you have to be flexible. You have to watch these things. You have to watch him. He's going to give us signals. He's going to give us a full outright, you should be investing in the stock market. So if you did when he said that, you get some nice profits right now. And I'm sure a lot of people that have a lot of money have a lot more money. All right. Now, what are we going to see going forward in regard to everything else? Will there be different things? Like I'm talking about as far as like the silver patterns and so forth. How is that going to break out? How is that going to work going forward? Well, it's going to work out phenomenally. There's no question. Throughout time, this has always worked out. So you just look at the patterns like I'm showing you guys. These guys are showing you patterns. Let's look at another one.
That giant cup and handle is predicting a move that should take us well above $150, but probably around $300, $500 dollars. I mean, it sounds crazy.
All right. So you look at the patterns, you look at history, you look at the way things are moving right now, and you come up, with a plan for yourself, right? Are you going to invest in silver? Have you invested in silver? Dr. Kirk Elliott's the guy that I've been talking with for going on over 3 years now. He is definitely one of the guys that has been helping us and guiding us, and has a way for us to invest very safely and very valuably. Right, for me, one of the best investments I've ever done. Right, and I've been doing silver since I was a little boy. Right, I remember 8 years old. I started collecting silver and copper coins and all that stuff. So it's we're at that point. Yep, Robin Thunder. You see some lightning back there already? I'm hearing thunder in the distance. So it is, and the wind is picking up, and it's nice and cool. It's getting ready to rain. I can smell it. And it smells good. The negative ions. Don't you like that smell when it's raining? That negative ion smell. I love it. It's good for your mind too. Good for your brain. Good for your everything. You ever go to a waterfall and it's got that mist? That's negative ions. Yeah, soak it up. All right, guys. You're worth your weight in gold. Everybody is, and maybe even more so. Right. So all of you, and don't let the deep state ever tell you different. Right. All right, guys. Lots of love. Stay in that love vibration. Thanks for staying with me through all these little craziness that's been going on with the internet. Looks like I'm still here. Where's the numbers at? So anyway, who knows? All right. So leftists are gonna pay the price, and we're gonna win. Right. The right minded. All right. Lots of love, and I'll see you guys next time.